Greetings, dear suckers. My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And welcome back to Disco Elysium. Today we're just kind of gonna wander around, I guess. We can't actually progress the investigation until we get that water lock open, which happens tomorrow at the earliest. So let's just shoot the shit, I guess. I wonder if he has anything else to say. Yo.
The Copper-nado is back. What do you want?
Copper-nado. Ha. Hey, about that complex operation out of Ruby's lorry. I think that's tied to another case I'm working. Sure, why not?
Nope.
That's all he says. Doesn't even do anything.
Next question.
Okay. That's the end of that conversation, I guess. Yeah, can't say I'm surprised. Oh, who the heck is that? Oh.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Shut up. Not now.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade?
Yes!
With a twist of lemon?
Anything!
Maybe lime. Maybe who cares? Just rum?
Maybe who cares?
Yes, you do have something better to do. Stop drooling over that stupid rum stain and go before it's too late.
15. Fucking A. Yeah, let's go. Anyways, it's all about money, you know? Okay, sure. Why not? You got anything to say?
Oh, hello, dear. I didn't notice you at first.
No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, time to go. I should probably go get a lowdown from Joyce, but judging by yesterday, she'll stick around. She'll stick around until time stops, if I recall. Not sure about everyone else, though. What's this? There is something down there. Oh? The musty smell of a potato cellar in spring emanates from the air vent. Okay. A potato cellar, huh? Is that where I was down earlier? All those centuries ago? God, that's such a terrible name. Fucking hell. Huh? What? What the fuck am I looking at? Why is there... Okay, I guess I've just got a halo around me. Sure, why not? What the fuck is this? Why? Okay. I don't know what the fuck that was about, but alright. Alright, let's explore over here. We haven't actually gone over here, have we? An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. I'm sure that's metaphorical. Tire tracks leading onto the roof? The slush and rain has almost washed them off. Begging your pardon? Oh. What? Excuse me? What is with this? What is with these sort of... these phantom thingamabobs? What the fuck is up with that? Whatever. A mystery we will take to our graves, then. Scribbled between the thighs of a page 3 girl. L'origine du disco. The origin of disco, I suppose. Or maybe... the origin of the record? Either one works. Fingerless gloves, +1 electrochemistry. Sure, why not? I can think of some reasons, but whatever. Waterlock out of order until Wednesday 7:15 a.m. That's an oddly specific date, but alright. What's today's date? Does it show? Oh, right. Tuesday. Okay, so... we wake up at 7:30, don't we? Or was it... So it'll be apparently back in order by the time we wake up.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Is that right? Then let's pull it, I guess. Why not?
Pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then...
this can't possibly go horribly wrong.
nothing happens.
Oh. Push it harder!
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation.
Alright then.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal. Some other way.
Okay then.
Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Quite so. Pull the lever. Again!
You pull the lever all the way up and nothing happens.
Okay.
A spring brings the lever. Wasn't there a...
Let's go then. Okay then. Ah, crap! I forgot to do this. Fuck. Let's hope... Voice punch up, fast cash for faster times. Huh. Let's just hope that that doesn't trigger another wait a day to do something thing. Or that'll be rather awkward. A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Hot air rises up from the sewer. Sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. Huh. What's all this then? Plastic wrapped macaronis stamped with humanitarian aid. Huh. I guess some humanitarian aid lorry or whatever got stuck in this whole jam. So they started busting out the shit because, well, humanitarian aid is after all for people who are stuck in shitty positions that they can't really get out of and may very well starve to death without it, or what have you. That probably qualifies for anyone stuck in Martinez. Or anyone stuck in the traffic jam for that matter. This says humanitarian aid tuna fish, not for resale. Oh, I thought that was referring to the shirt for a second, or jacket, or whatever. It says, speakers from the people of Samara. Okay. This says, food gift from the people of Messina. Ooh. I'm sure there's a metaphor there somewhere. But a metaphor what? Okay. Oh! A sewer grate. A gateway to the river of filth. I guess. Do I have anything? No, I don't have any thoughts. I don't have any thoughts. I don't have any thoughts that have been unassigned. This one's only less than an hour away from being done. This one less so. But both should be done by the time I go to sleep. Might as well see what's in the pawn shop, I suppose. Well, this place feels ominous. Some kind of machine. An antique cash register? A bust of a woman. The plaque simply says DEI. Huh. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. Mostly military wear, with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in. Welcome to the pawn shop. Is that right?
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, the print depicts
Oh,
a muscled
yeah.
man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hyundai burning.
Oh yeah, smooth jazz here on 95.5 The Weasel. Weasel in the evening. The Hyundai man again. Is that how you pronounce it? Probably. Sniff the t-shirt. Why not?
Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
My what? Oh wait, you mean my biophotons, the UPE and all that. I don't think that's of particular concern, but alright. I feel like there would be other things that would be more concerning to leave on stuff that I wear.
You're not imagining it. Photon emissions? What is he talking about?
You know, the photons generated by the body's biology, you know? Okay, to put it in simple terms, it's essentially when electrons are changing energy level within an atom, it releases photons. And various biochemical reactions within living bodies and other things produce something called a ultra weak photon emission, or UPE, also known as a biophoton. So as a result, the human body, among other things, actually do release a little bit of light. Not enough to be visible to the naked eye, because it's ultra weak and all that, but it's detectable with precise enough instruments. And you know, collecting data on relative photon emissions from different people's bodies under different conditions has some pretty interesting implications, but I don't think it's really going to have any kind of significant effect on the clothing, though. Certainly not for the brief amount of time that they'd be exposed to that while I was wearing it. Again, there are much larger concerns there when it comes to soiling the clothing. So I'm not entirely certain why he's going on about it, but alright. That's a rad Man from Hyundai t-shirt you've got there.
Hell yeah, man. I don't usually carry printed tees, but this one was just pure exemplar.
You must be a serious Man from Helmdall fan.
A fan? No, I wouldn't go that far.
Fair enough.
But I do think the Hjálmdalaman saga is an integral part of our shared reality.
Fair enough. I myself wouldn't really call myself a fan of anything. It's not even just the connotations, but the actual literal meaning of the word fan has some concerning implications, but never mind that. Integral part of our shared reality. I guess I don't really know much about it, but if you say so.
Most people don't think that the man from Helmdall really existed, but they're wrong.
Excuse me? What did you mean the man from Helmdall was real? I mean, I guess I could see the series being based off of real events from history. Stranger things have happened.
I mean, even if the man from Helmdall didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really.
Oh, I see. Yeah, this is something I've actually talked about before, about the idea that fictional stories are real. They don't describe things that actually happened, of course, although even historical documents don't always do that, but they are real things that affect the world. The characters in them are real characters. They're just not the same sorts of entities that normal human beings are. Well, I say normal. Fictional characters outnumber us. Maybe they're the normal ones. But never mind that. To paraphrase Dumbledore, well, of course it's all in your head, but why on earth should that mean it's not real? You know? After all, your head's real, your mind is real, your brain is real, so why should the things that are happening inside of it not be real? That's madness. Deceptive, perhaps, but all thought is deceptive. I wouldn't exactly characterize it as simple, I admit, but yeah. I'm totally with you, man. Reality has a way of bending back on itself.
Exactly. Cause and effect work in both directions.
Excuse me?
Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Hjálmdall, and watched northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique, energetic tides there.
Huh.
His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity. Interesting. Very, very unique energies indeed. Geomagnetic ley lines, one might even say.
Geomagnetic ley lines? I think you're a bit confused as to what ley lines are, but alright. How much are you selling this t-shirt for?
2 real.
Okay.
That's very cheap for a printed t-shirt that's still in pretty good shape.
That's unusually cheap, isn't it?
It should belong to anyone who is ready to wear it.
Ah. Couldn't you just give it to me for free then?
But why?
Good question. I guess I can't really think of a good reason.
You'll just have to buy it then. But it's not like it's expensive.
He replies with a dry smile. Alright, +1 physical instrument, +1 shivers, -2 authority. I've been getting a lot of stuff that reduces authority, haven't I? Funny. Alright then. I'm not entirely certain I get what he was saying, honestly. I thought I did, and then I'm not so certain. Cause and effect working both ways. I mean, I did once write a sizable thing about the causal arrows pointing both ways, but that was dealing with sort of timeline shenanigans. Well, not exactly timelines, but never mind. What the heck is this?
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Let your gaze run over the streetlight.
The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently.
Sawed-off streetlight. It brings to mind a sawed-off shotgun.
This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Yeah, and that statement is, I just nicked this from the side of the road. Is that a streetlight?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
Where did you get this?
It was brought to me to be altered.
The light's buzzing resembles the purring of a cat. It seems very much at home here.
Okay. So he probably didn't nick it himself, then. How much for the streetlight?
700 real. A bargain, I dare say.
Huh. I'll get back to you on that. 700 sounds about right. I imagine it wasn't easy sawing off that street lamp.
Hey, I don't know where it came from, but it's not every day you get to buy and sell something so extraordinary.
I'll bet. Huh. Okay then.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
Toy soldiers, huh? Are these just regular sort of toys and figures and such, or is this for some sort of board game?
Try to find something pretty and cool here. Then use it to win her back.
Wait, excuse me? Win her back?
Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine.
What are you talking about?
This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy.
No shit. Inspect the knights on horseback.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks. The kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Shopkeep, what are these?
A classic set. The figurines represent the 5th century Franco-Nigerian cavalry.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
Are these royalist soldiers?
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like the bright colours indiscriminately.
Yeah. I wonder if it's anything like the reason why children are so fond of really intense flavors, like really sugary stuff and all that. Because, like, one of the reasons why kids like this sort of stuff and can stomach things that adults couldn't is because their taste buds haven't fully developed yet. So I wonder if it's a similar thing with colors. I don't know. Could just be reading too much into that. Inspect the figurines in rags.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
Are these even soldiers?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers. Revolutionary soldiers.
Yeah. I was about to say something about the biases of whoever made these, but let's be honest. The people who actually made these probably didn't have that much say in the general design. Well, I guess it depends on what kind of people, what kind of group or individuals made these. I don't know.
I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
It's meant to give people hope. Even we can do it. The contrast is meant to be disheartening, as it ought to be. It is impossible to win against the cohorts of capital. Ask my friend Garte, whose bitch it made me. Cohorts of capital. Ha. As if capitalism was a real thing. How painfully naive. I wish it was more nuanced. As it stands, I cannot comment.
I don't like either set very much, to be honest. But there are many parents among my customers.
Yeah, no accounting for taste and all that.
He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity by these toys. Might be interesting to find out what it is.
Suppose so. Let's see. I guess let's
You see, Rogue,
see if we can dig up a truly cool figurine.
why? What's this?
Ooh.
A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
That's odd. What is this?
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider.
Who?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. As you see, he's missing his head.
He points at the decapitated figure. Okay.
50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
Huh. Headless Fawn Rider. Makes it sound like he's riding fawn, but alright. Sure, why not? It's only 50 cents.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
He grins. Okay then.
That was a very smooth salesman's grin that almost comes off as earnest. You should learn from him.
The plastic headless fawn rider sits atop his equally plastic bowl, his posture indicating either desperation or pride. Comes as a set with the infamous fawn cap for which he lost his head. The head is not included. Alrighty then. What the heck is this? I don't know why it sometimes goes a bit askew.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Stand on the tips of your toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite.
This isn't me. This is a boombox. Dingus.
Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Shopkeep, this Stereo 8 approved machine here.
Is the Harman Welsh W2. Made in Vespa. Designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel format. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
What I really want to know is, could this device come in handy in my police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Are you sure this is all in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech. Found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though
He grimaces.
I don't really like music.
Is that right? Huh. Interesting. Well, I don't really have any tapes at the moment. I guess it could have come in handy if I had taken that tape from old Mr. Hardy over there, but I didn't because I'm not an idiot. Anyway, let's actually talk to this guy.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
Oh. Huh. Well, that's the first time I've ever actually seen someone react to the fact that I'm shining a flashlight directly into people's eyes. Okay then. So by photonic sensitivities, you mean you're not blind.
Photonic sensitivity is not generally acknowledged by the medical establishment.
What, they don't acknowledge that sometimes people's eyes can be overly sensitive to light? Do hangovers not exist around here? Oh right, sorry about that.
I do appreciate it.
Alright, alright.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you slowly. Yeah, that's probably a good thing.
What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
It's shake your head. It's shameful how insufficient the police presence is in these parts. Yeah, you said it, me.
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Yeah, I'll bet. Considering the only excuse for law enforcement around here seems to be those fucking union bozos who have already admitted to being inconsistent. Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite the collection indeed.
It keeps me entertained.
His attention is drawn once more to the play of light and shadow on the walls behind you. Yeah, well, such is life. Let's see, is Roy high, and if yes, what is he on? Roy's prices are strange and odd brain activity. Huh. By the way, do you happen to have any guns, like the ones carried by officers of the Citizens Militia? Please tell me you don't. That would be disturbing.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Harry. Tell me that was some gun you found in some Revolutionary Era cache. Tell me you didn't pawn off your firearm, Harry.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God.
Wait, I sold you my gun?
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Oh yeah, and some random pawn shop owner is much more deserving.
And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
Which can be destroyed by the truth and all that. I feel like there's something you're not telling me.
You weren't quite yourself, officer.
Who was I? What was I like?
You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money.
Oh shit. Oh fucking hell. I see what was going on. He knew what was happening, didn't he? He knew He knew that the threat was trying to kill him, didn't he? He got rid of his gun, not because he's a fucking idiot, but because he knew that he couldn't be trusted with it. That he couldn't let the threat try and murder him with it. This is just like what we saw in all those threat echo recovery tapes, isn't it? A man whose mind is being consumed by the voice of the threat, who knows what's happening to him, who knows that he can't trust his own body. And so he tried to ensure that the weapons that the threat would use on him were out of reach. And so it took a different path. It tried to kill him by having him consign himself to oblivion with drugs and alcohol and all of that. And it nearly worked. Despite his best efforts, he still only survived by the skin of his teeth. And not all of him did survive. God damn, Harry. You tried your best, and now we're all that's left. Fucking hell.
When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
Wait, how much did I sell the gun for?
15 real.
Yeah, I was really desperate to get rid of it, wasn't I?
The light swirls in his face and glasses. He doesn't know what to say either.
Yeah. Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd.
Agreed.
I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her.
Peculiar. Very peculiar.
Truth be told, she was terrifying.
She must be one of my adoring fans. Just wanted to feel closer to me, you know? You gotta help me find her, man.
I wish I could help with that, officer, but I don't know where she was from or where she was going.
He's trying to ingratiate himself with you by anticipating your questions. He knows he shouldn't have sold the gun.
Yeah. Hang on.
She did. Truth be told, she was...
What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the citizens' militia? On me?
I hadn't considered that. This is why I don't like to deal with guns.
He considered it, but his priority was to get rid of the gun as quickly as possible, albeit for a price.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer.
A needle
Right,
in
I
a
already asked
haystack.
that.
There is nothing you can do about it right now. You'll just have to hope Everett wasn't lying, and the Union can track her down in time.
Fun. Have people from Everett Clare's Union come here to track that gun?
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Quite.
Wait, then it might be true, Everett's claims. People as oleaginous as Everett seem like they're lying, even when they're really being truthful.
At least I know how, and probably why, as well, I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
You might be able to aid my You might be able to aid my investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
Fair enough.
He doesn't know anything.
Actually, that's all I've got.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Do you have any recordings of the Col de Mamadakwa?
The Col de Mamadakwa? Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds, for that matter.
Oh, well, I wouldn't have guessed that you know what the Col de Mamadakwa is.
That's fair. It's been a long time since my Col de Mamadakwa hunting days. Once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't want to play music anymore and started looking for all kinds of interesting sounds instead.
That sounds so cool. I don't know about cool, but it does sound interesting.
Cool or not, one of them was obsessed with recording the Col de Mamadakwa. And he was one of those passionate people who know a lot about all kinds of strange things. So he got the rest of us to join in his search.
And did you ever find it?
We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns, compared them, cut them up and combined them into the Symphonia Col de Mamadakwa.
That's not very scientific.
That really wasn't the point. After the Symphonia, we moved on to the sounds of office supplies or something like that. And I doubt any of us would have been any good at pushing papers.
Huh. Alright then, can I listen to it?
Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life. None at all. But I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sounds that might be what you're looking for.
He starts rummaging through some tapes behind the counter. Heck yeah, spin that bird song.
This recording comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record anything specific. Just left a recording device there one morning.
Well, some of the best scientific breakthroughs out there have come from that sort of shit.
Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kilohertz audible to the human ear. It will be strange.
Strange is my middle name. He switches on the tape player. The speakers begin to emit a low hum.
As the hum grows louder, modulating but always unnaturally uncomfortably low, like it's coming not from the speakers, but also from inside your chest. Breathing is becoming difficult. Not good, not good. You're about to start suffocating. You have to stop this.
Shit. Whoops.
There's a growing sense of dread. The sound is coming from inside you, but also surrounding you. It feels as though someone is standing just outside your range of vision and watching you, doing this to you. He nods to you, reassuringly, just as more diverse, higher-pitched sounds, some random, some appearing to form patterns, hit your eardrums. Seabirds most likely, gulls and such.
What's that?
Gulls and skewers. But shh.
He raises a pointer finger and inclines his head toward the speakers. A new, very high-pitched, shivering sound emerges amidst the others.
That's it. The signal in the noise. The thin whisper.
Is it?
A low range of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are mesmerized by the sounds, but also feel nausea welling up as the motif continues, then begins to recede, dissolving in what must be the sound of water lapping at the bank.
You know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the Col de Mamadakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predators can hear. Still, fascinating, aren't they? Early morning sounds.
I suppose so. Huh. Well, that wasn't particularly enlightening, but oh well. Lost a bit of health there, but gonna be going to sleep pretty soon. Just a little over 15 minutes. Okay, now, should be enough to...
Greetings on this fine night.
Oh.
What brings you here?
It's cool that you're still open. Big city vibes.
The pawn shop is always open.
Okay then. When do you sleep? Is Roy high? And if yes, then what is he on? Oh, Roy doesn't really sleep.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Wow. We still nearly failed that check. I guess that's a good thing. Don't want to be wasting high rolls and all that. Not that that's exactly how probability works, but never mind. What is that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Ooh. Is it just me, or is it really warm in here? Look around.
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting.
Quite.
Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
Triangle patches. Was he... Drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. I think... Are they... And look at that vest. Doesn't it look distinctive to you? Yeah. Yeah, I think I see what's going on here. Say, what's with the triangles on your vest?
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. You know, after the People's Pile disaster.
The People's Pile disaster. As in an atomic pile, I imagine. Emergency Relief Brigade. So this world has its own sort of Chernobyl, then. And that comes with its own set of Chernobyl cleanup crews. Well, thank you for your service, Roy.
Had to take Pyrrolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it?
He's taking it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
Poor bastard. It must have been tough, radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Yeah. Yeah. Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
He sighs and shakes his head.
So much bitterness.
Hard to blame him, isn't it? You'd have to be pretty mad not to be bitter.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
Fucking hell. What a goddamn clusterfuck. It was ever thus. How did you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died, left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there, it's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forberg as I can. Still in the same city, but...
He shrugs. Yeah. It's hard to argue with your assessment. Better a shithole than a radioactive shithole. What exactly, like, happened with all that, anyway? How the fuck did why the fuck did a bunch of poor people decide to build a primitive nuclear reactor? That is an odd thing to do.
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you were part of.
We were an all-volunteer force. Self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
He points at the white triangle on his orange safety jacket.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out.
Good man.
There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
He looks at the spiraling light and stops. Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Missing a the there, but missing two thes there actually, but alright.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Get a share with me? Let's not. Anyway. Okay then. Anyway.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Let me have a look.
I have some armor.
Alright, let's see it.
I've got these sabatons.
Oh no. I don't need bloodthirsty mercenaries knocking on my door looking for their missing toys.
Fair enough.
Besides, this gear costs a fortune. There's no one in Martinez with that kind of money.
Fair enough. I'd like to sell my clothes.
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
He looks you up and down quickly.
And especially that tie. It swallows photons around it. I have no need for necrotic objects.
Your face is a necrotic object.
Your mother is a necrotic object! I'm fun! Look at me sparking in the light of the projector!
Good to see we're on the same wavelength. Necktie. I have a fascinating photo of a corpse here.
Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No sale.
He barely even looks at it. Do you know what the tattoos mean?
Aphotic paths, counter-radiance networks, anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something lighter.
I'll check my pockets.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Okay, there was a ball used for playing shot put. Yeah, to sell such beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin. Alright. Sell it off. Let's not sell this off though, and probably shouldn't sell that off either. Aside from that shot put ball, I have no idea what's safe to sell. Oh yeah, I could sell this for a net loss of 8 cents. That'd be a good use of my time.
Another time, perhaps.
Okay then. That was an interesting diversion. Now, wow, that went on longer than I thought it had. Okay then, that's... Okay then. Didn't really get... Yeah, like I said, we're not really going to be getting much done until tomorrow, as far as I'm aware. Just sort of wandering around. So, next time we'll do some more wandering around, I suppose. So, until then, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason unsubscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and so long, suckers.
You're gonna be okay, kid.